Welcome back to the channel. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. When we think of war, our minds immediately go to the front lines, the tragic human cost, the geopolitical maps, and the breaking news alerts. But there is another war happening simultaneously. It is silent, invisible, and it reaches into every corner of the planet. It is the economic war. In our modern, hyper-connected world, no nation is an island. We live in an era of deep integration. This means that the smartphone in your pocket likely has components from 40 different countries, was assembled in a 41st, and was shipped through 3 major conflict-prone waterways before it reached your hand. A drumbeat of conflict in one hemisphere creates a financial tremor that vibrates through the New York Stock Exchange, the London property market, and eventually the price of a gallon of milk in your local grocery store. Today, we are going deep. We aren't just skimming the surface. We are breaking down the why behind the chaos for the next 45 minutes. Why does war fundamentally change the value of the money in your pocket? Why do some businesses thrive while others collapse? And most importantly, how do you navigate these waters to protect your financial future? To understand the global economy, you have to understand its lifeblood, energy, specifically oil. Oil is the primary input for almost every human activity. It isn't just about what you put in your car. It's the bitumen in the roads, the plastic in your keyboard, the synthetic fibers in your clothes, and the energy required to refrigerate your food. When war breaks out, the oil market is the first to scream. But here is the critical, simple sense lesson. Prices often spike before a single drop of oil is actually lost. This is what economists call the fear premium. Traders are betting on future scarcity. If the Strait of Hormuz, where 20% of global oil flows, is threatened, the market prices in a cardiac arrest for global industry. This is a cascading cost. High oil means high fertilizer costs for farmers, high shipping costs for retailers, and ultimately, high inflation for you. Even if the conflict is thousands of miles away, you pay the fear premium at your local gas station within 48 hours. Let's look at the historical data. During the 1973 crisis, the 2008 surge, and the 2022 shock. In every case, the fear premium preceded the actual supply drop. When energy becomes expensive, the floor price of survival rises. Every factory that uses electricity, every truck that moves goods, and every home that needs heating feels the burn. This is the first domino in the war economy. Now, let's look at the boardroom. Why does war cause certain companies to lose 40% of their value while others hit record highs? To understand this, we have to talk about supply chain fragility. For 30 years, the global business world has been obsessed with just-in-time manufacturing. The idea was simple: don't store parts in a warehouse. That's expensive. Instead, have the parts arrive at the factory exactly 6 hours before you need to bolt them onto a car. War is the ultimate enemy of just-in-time. When a conflict breaks out, shipping lanes get rerouted. A ship that used to take 20 days to go from Shanghai to Rotterdam now has to avoid the Red Sea and sail around the entire continent of Africa. That adds 14 days to the journey. For a just-in-time factory, a 14-day delay is a total shutdown. This is the margin squeeze. This is why you see the stock prices of car companies, smartphone manufacturers, and appliance makers plummet. But the money doesn't vanish, it rotates. While tech and retail suffer, defensive sectors thrive. Defense contractors see record orders as governments realize their stockpiles are low. Energy companies see record profits. This sector rotation is the hallmark of a war economy. The market is cold. It moves capital from the sectors of peace to the sectors of conflict. If you are an investor, you must understand that your peacetime portfolio will not survive a wartime market without adjustment. Real estate and currency follow the flight to quality. When the world feels dangerous, people move their wealth into safe havens. This is why property prices in stable cities like New York or Singapore can actually rise during a global conflict. It's the world's wealthy parking their money in stable land where governments are less likely to collapse or seize assets. Simultaneously, the US dollar becomes the ultimate refuge. As the world's reserve currency, everyone needs dollars to buy oil and pay debt. This makes the dollar king, but it crushes developing nations whose local currencies plummet. A strong dollar is a shield for Americans, but it is a sword for the rest of the world, making their existing debts nearly impossible to pay. This creates a debt spiral that can last for decades after the war ends. Nations that borrow in dollars find themselves unable to pay for basic services like healthcare or education because their currency has lost so much value against the greenback. Finally, we have the most tragic impact: the breadbasket. War turns fertile fields into battlefields. When fertilizer exports are blocked or shipping ports are mined, the global food supply drops, but the demand for calories never drops. This leads to agri-inflation. Protecting your money in this environment requires understanding these cycles. It's about diversifying out of the blast zone and into the assets that the world fundamentally needs to survive: energy, commodities, and stable haven real estate. Protecting your wealth starts with understanding that the war economy isn't a separate world. It's the world we live in. As an individual, you cannot control the geopolitics, but you can understand the mechanics. When you see conflict on the news, don't just look at the maps. Look at the supply chains. Look at the flight to quality. Understand that your grocery bill, your stock portfolio, and your local housing market are all connected to those global tremors. Staying informed isn't just about the news. It's about knowing how the news affects your bottom line. That is how you win in an uncertain world. If this made simple sense, like, comment, and subscribe, and hit that post notification for everyday life, money, and simple sense.